I was doing an interview earlier. I caught a glimpse of him coming up, and it was so tough because he was on the wrong side of me for camera. When you're self-filming, you only have so much movement. Camera arm's on this side, on my right side, and he came in on my right side. Literally shot the deer at 15 yards. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. Right. Big buck right here. I smoked him, dude! I wasn't expecting that this morning at all. I get jacked up a little bit here. Right. Big buck right here. Oh my gosh! That's a beast of an 8. Can't believe what just happened. I can't believe that. That's so much fun. Ooh, yeah. Let's destroyer. Shot the deer. And then you drop him. Just like that. He was another 12 yards. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lord.
Hi, and welcome to Whitetail Edge, Episode 3 of Season 5. As you can see, every week, we're bringing you some great deer hunts. And this week is no exception, as we join my good buddy Kyle Kinsey here in Ohio, as he's after a big deer he calls DKM. This deer was on Kyle's feeder every night, all summer long, every night. I mean, it was crazy. The problem here in Ohio right now is everybody baits. And if you're not baiting deer anymore, it's hard to even have them on your farm because they're just altered by this bait. So we've had to conform to that a lot and actually, feed on our farms. We're not always hunting over bait, but we got to have something. And Big Tine has become that something for us. It's really kind of just, it keeps them deer around, it keeps them healthy. You can monitor the deer, and that's what Kyle did with DKM. Now Kyle had to get improvised. Me and him were sharing maps over the phone one night. He was getting frustrated, and I'm like, look, dude, you just got to chill because that deer's there. He's being seen, he's moving, he's on his feet. He's just, this older deer, when they lose their velvet, they change. And so me and Kyle was looking at the map, discussed an area and a process of where we think he could kill that deer. Kyle slid in one day, hung a stand in the right spot where we talked about, and he caught this joker coming back. And it's a great hunt. I mean, this is a big deer. Kyle's biggest by far, and just so happy for him. So sit tight and just watch the story unfold with DKM and Kyle Kinsey.
Started getting decent pictures of a buck at the end of May, going into June. And I could tell at the end of his beam he had something goofy going on. So I was following these 3 deer, monitoring my Spartan Cameras all summer long at the redneck feeder. And they were hitting it every single day, morning, afternoon, evening. They were there all the time. It's Labor Day, and got my good buddy Wyatt over here. We just set up the redneck tower blind, and let me tell you, it was a feat. It was not fun, but we got it overlooking biologic radish and maximum New Zealand maximum plot. And, got some big deer coming into it. So hopefully, this is mainly set up for my stepdad and my son. So hopefully we can get one of them on a big deer this year on this plot, this new tower and ghillie blind. But it's kind of open, but with that ghillie, it really blends in good to the background. So see what it does, and season's just right around the corner, end of this month. First night of season, decided to go in, see if we can get DKM killed.
into the sea. I'll give you some long time. I need to go catch a high tide, 'cause I don't feel free. So I'm letting you know where I want to be. Driving by the shore, listening to a broken radio. Skyline neon lights are waking up the rangers of the night.
We had an encounter with Tex at about 50 yards. He ended up winning us that night. Didn't get a shot at Tex. He headed to the grain fields and walked out of our lives. So I gave it a couple weeks and started monitoring the Spartans again, seeing what DKM was doing, and he just had totally went dark.
Hey guys, it's October 19th, and it's red moon phase tonight. And hopefully that means that we're gonna get my deer, Crazy 8, up and running around. Today's also Sweetest Day, so it's pretty sweet to be in the redneck blind with my honey. Hopefully we can get it done today. We'll see.
Hi, Ben Rising here with Black Widow Deer Lures. On our show, Whitetail Edge, we're always looking for that one little thing to get the dupe on a big buck. For us, it has become Black Widow Deer Lures.
Yes! Yes, baby! Oh my gosh, that's him! I'm gonna just freshen it up just a little bit with some branch butter.
Oh, I smoked him, dude! Black Widow Deer Lures, never brown or broken down, always fresh.
So I had vacation coming up for rut. I was getting frustrated. We looked at the map, kind of figured out what we thought the deer was doing on his travel pattern. 2 days before my vacation, we got a big rain, and I slipped in there and hung a set for that deer. So I went in and freshened up a scrape with some Black Widow Scrape Master and hit the limb above it with some branch butter. And then I made some adjustments to my stand and I got out of there. The day after the rain, we had real high winds. I knew the deer weren't gonna move, so I didn't even bother hunting. So the following morning, the winds were supposed to lay down. The pressure was up, the deer were gonna move. You know, it was the second day of the red moon. And it was that time of year. It was November 1st. I mean, they were on their feet. And I crawled in the tree about 1 o'clock. And it was on fire when I was getting in the tree. You know, I had bucks running around me as I was going in. And I was up in the tree. I finally got settled in, deer running all over the place.
Well, it is November 1st. My plan was to hunt this morning, but we had some pretty nasty winds come in last night. And they were calling for high winds all day. Well, of course, the weatherman was wrong, so I slept in. And It was actually a good morning to hunt, but I just got in here about a half hour ago, and I have been covered up with young bucks running does. It's a sweet November. We've been waiting for all year. But, and you're hunting DKM. He's still around. He's traveling a lot. I've got some information from some neighbors that have seen him. So I just keep my fingers crossed. I got 10 days to hunt this deer. So I'm self-filming, and I'm doing an interview talking to the camera, and I look up and I see Tines about 100 yards away into the pines. So I throw my binocs up and I look, and it's DKM. That's why I 100% solely believe in the phase system, because I phased up before I got here and in set lock, because every single deer so far has been directly downwind from me, and they have not even thought about smelling me. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I just proved it with all these deer that I just filmed. I haven't been smelled once. I mean, I got some black widow hanging out, but you'll never be able to fully fool a deer's nose. But right now, they're not paying any attention. Oh boy. It's DKM. It's DKM. What are you gonna do, buddy? He's coming this way. So I just stay calm, watch him, see what he's gonna do. And I'm filming, watching him, and he goes up and he's checking the bedding area on the backside of the bedding area. He had the wind to his favor, and I'm still filming, just trying to relax, see just watching him, just see if he's gonna go up in the bedding, if he's gonna come to me. Well, he starts to hit a scrape, and he's raking the trees, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna throw some some bleats at him. And I picked up the extinguisher and hit 2 bleats, and he lifted his head and he come, I mean, just dogging, nose to the ground, walking towards me. I'm still calm.
Oh my gosh.
just got done talking about it. Smoked him. Oh my gosh, I smoked him. Oh, that was the hardest. I mean, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to freaking say. Holy crap. Oh, I was trying to get my GoPro on because I seen him coming for second angle. I don't even care. I don't even care. Don't care. Oh. I didn't see him fall. I didn't hear him fall. If he's dead now, he's going to be dead tomorrow. So I just left him alone. Well, it's November 2nd, the morning November 2nd, and we were in here, I was in here last night, and I had an encounter with DKM at 450, and I put an arrow in him. The shot, in my mind, was questionable when I seen it. You know, we replayed the footage last night and looked at it, and I thought it was the right choice just to leave him lay. So I got the crew here today. Dave's running the camera. Got Wyatt, Max, and Landon Troyer, and I brought the dog along, and we're gonna go in here. We left him lay all night, didn't bump him. We're gonna go see if we can pick up the blood and get on him here. Well, we just found the arrow on this blood trail. It's kind of spotty, but we're finding blood. Max just found the arrows. You can see there's plenty in him. So hopefully he's laying right over the hill, because this is the last point I seen him last night. Just him ducking over the hill, and then I just got out. I'm pretty sure I see a white belly. Oh, he's dead.
Wow.
Attaboy. Good job, baby. I mean, when we found that deer, I was ecstatic. I mean, the biggest buck I'd ever killed. I dreamed of killing a buck like that, you know, since I've been bow hunting. You know, I worked so hard for this deer, and it all just came together. I mean, a plan to finally come together, it was just emotional. I was excited. You know, I was just so happy.
Property line.
What is that?
I'd say you got hung up.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't look like it's tried to poke out there, or what is that?
Yesterday was November 1st. You know, we had a big temperature drop. The weather was perfect. You know, high pressure, blue skies, coming into a red moon. And I got in a stand at 1:30, and everything just felt right about yesterday. I saw 14 bucks chasing does, and you know, here he comes, DKM at 450. I shot him. You know, he was quartering two. After watching the footage, I was like, I'm leaving him lay overnight, and here he is, November 2nd, the next morning, and the deer didn't go 150 yards when we found him.
Major factor was the weather change. You know, coming in from a rain into high winds, and then low temperatures were coming the next day, and the winds laid down. So I knew the pressure was up, the deer were gonna move. You know, it was the second day of the red moon, and it was that time of year. It was November 1st. I mean, they were on their feet. So looking back, you know, you couldn't ask for any more. You know, I saw 14 bucks.
the evening I killed him. You know, the weather was perfect. Everything just came together. I mean, it was a beautiful November 1st evening, and it just happened to work out, and I shot a dream buck, you know, the biggest deer I've ever killed, and I couldn't be any more happier.
So I told you, what a great hunt. You know, I'm so happy for Kyle. I wish I could have been there to experience the recovery and be there with him, because Kyle's one of my best friends, but I couldn't be because I'm in Kansas, and an explosion is going on in Kansas that you're about to watch next week on episode 4. So stay tuned for one of the fastest hunts that I've ever had, but man, is it epic. And it's a very proud moment of mine, and it's gonna show you just how awesome the prime bow, the Black Eagle arrows are. Watch us on the Mossy Oak Go, that's where we land first. It's a great app, support the hunting community. But again, if you haven't subscribed to YouTube, we still need it. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And again, like I always say, without you, the viewers, Whitetail Edge is nothing. So thank you very much for tuning in. We hope you're learning a lot, because that's our goal. It's not about us, it's not about individuals trying to promote themselves to the industry of being the best deer hunters. We're literally trying to teach you guys, you know, what we look at when it comes to harvesting big deer. And you know, it's very important to us to try to help you to gain that knowledge, and that's what we're about. So follow us on social media, and again, thanks so much for watching Whitetail Edge.